Hello guys, welcome back to Be a Creative. Thanks for coming back to my channel and checking it out. And if you are a first time visitor, you are in for a treat. Today we're going to be making some super quick, and I mean super quick, bookmarks using up some gel plate tags that I had done previously that I just wasn't crazy about. The backgrounds didn't either come out right, or they were not really something I was looking for, or I just didn't know what to do with them. So as you can see, I'm kind of pointing out the edges where you can still see the colors, and they were just really muddy and didn't look great. But then I found some Tim Holtz collage paper in my little stash, literally just ripped off a piece and glued that down, and voila, that's what you got. That's all I did, was glue some collage paper down, slap on a stamp and a previously cut out dragonfly from the Tim Holtz Artist Journal stamp kit, and glued the whole thing down. And honestly, I think this is one of the prettiest tags that I've ever made. I added the little inspiration, hopeful art, because super honest, I'm hopeful that someone will think this is art, and I'm done. So I thought that, well, if I was able to make something that looked that good out of a gel plate that I wasn't crazy about, then maybe I'll take a couple more and try to make some bookmarks. So I'm literally just pulling out pieces of paper that I've had for forever and I just don't know what to do with, or wasn't crazy about how it came out, or it didn't work with the project. And I'm going to make some really quick bookmarks over those gel plated images. That gel plate was actually done by, that gel plate tag was actually done by my mother-in-law when she came to visit, and she just didn't take it home with her. I haven't really been sure what to do with it, so I decided that I'm going to make a bookmark. That Melissa Marr, I don't know who that person is. I mean, she's an author. I ripped that page out of a book. I'm sure it was a wonderful book, Melissa. I didn't read it. It has been repurposed into my artwork, so you are still living on, just not probably in the way that you intended. I really liked the little design at the top though, so I'm just going to cover up her name with a Tim Holtz stamp that I had stamped onto a piece of packaging paper that came in an Amazon box and didn't work out for a project I was using. That little Tim Holtz paper doll, oh my god, I love her. I've had her for forever. She's been stuck to my craft desk. I just like her face. I think it's funny. I imagine that her name is probably Ethel, maybe Myrtle. She could be a Myrtle. I don't know. But her face, which you can't see right now because I have left her out. There we go. There's her face. She's just funny. I just love her. So boom, it was that quick. That tag is almost done. This was another gel plate tag where I meant to pull the ghost image on the tag, and what I actually did was I did a mono print on the tag first, and I'm just using scraps. I have some really pretty tissue that I picked up at Tuesday morning, and I'm just going to glue that down. I want you guys to know that I cut out about 3 minutes of me gluing, and like we discovered in my previous video, if I'm wondering why my stuff is always sticky, it's because of the amount of glue I use. Now I'm going to add this little round, I don't know what you call that, just ephemera that I made, trying to use some unicorn spit on my gel plate. That didn't work out at all like how I had hoped. I think the unicorn spit, it's actually a stain, so all it really did was beat up on the gel plate. So I just cut out a circle and glued a paper doll down that I had colored with alcohol ink, slapped a journal sticker on it, and put it in my little scrap box. So I was like, I'll figure out something to do with it later. Again, with the torn music paper and that Tim Holtz butterfly ephemera, been sitting on that for forever, trying to figure out what to do with it, and lo and behold, it's going on a bookmark. So I'm going to glue this down because I'm actually going to sew this, and I did learn how to use my sewing machine. Yay! I know. Aren't you guys proud of me? But I'm not that good at it yet. Things tend to get a little mangled, as you'll soon see. And I have found that it really helps if I sew whatever it is, or if I glue whatever it is that I'm going to sew down first. So I'm going to be taking that to my, oh, nope, I'm going to ink the edges first. I'm going to use some Distress ink in brushed corduroy. This is probably my favorite color out of his entire Distress palette, which I think has like 60 some colors. I know a lot of people really like to use the walnut stain or the vintage photo, or hell, I think sometimes black soot, which is an amazing black. But I really liked brush corduroy because I like when you put it over certain colors, it turns this really pretty golden corduroy color, hence the name. As you can see, I have returned from my sewing machine through the magic of editing, and there's the mangled back. I don't know how that happened. It wasn't really wanting to feed through my sewing machine, so I kind of had to force it. Probably not supposed to do that. So I haven't quite learned yet how to, I guess, lock the stitches. So I just glue them down. That's what I do. And on the back, we're going to fix that by putting a little bit of glue on it, cutting off that tail, and then we're going to just put a piece of washi tape right over the back, and boom. That's how we solve that problem. And we move on. Tag number 2, or excuse me, bookmark number 2 is done. This one was done with a mopped up, I used that tag to mop up some of that Dylusions ink after I first got it. And the color is super intense. And I swear, I'm still cleaning that ink off of my tonic media mat. It's like, I sprayed that tag probably 6 months ago, and I'm still like pulling up fresh ink. It's ridiculous how wet that stuff is. I resisted the urge to say moist. Not that time, but initially I did. I'm only going to say it once. Okay, so I'm gluing some napkin down, just like I did with the second tag, and I really liked how you can see some of the purple come through the napkin. I got a little wrinkly right there. That's okay, because that's the beauty of collage when it's not perfect. That was a mask that I used on my gel plate with a Dina Wakley stamp and mask set that I wasn't particularly crazy about the pattern. I probably could have taken some Posca pens and just doodled around all of those little squares, but I didn't want to do that. I don't like to doodle. I get bored, and my doodles always look like a kindergartner did them. They don't ever look like that nice, cool, artsy, stylized thing. So I just decided not to. Not going to do it. I am going to weave, though. I'm going to try weaving. I'm trying to challenge myself a little bit and stop just sticking stuff right on top of each other like how I normally do when I make tags. So I decided to do a little bit of weaving with some scraps of music paper. And I think, honestly, this is my favorite tag. I love how this turned out. And honestly, it's because of the weaving. Like, if I had just layered her over top of a piece of music paper, it still probably would have looked okay. But I don't know. Like, I just really liked how that looked, even though the fact that it was kind of going right over the top of her with no rhyme or reason. And I probably should have picked a better strip of paper. Gain a Child? I don't know what song that's from. I should... Now I'm curious. Yep, let's cut off her legs. We don't want those dangling. Gosh, craft videos can be really morbid sometimes. Like, how often do you say, yeah, I'm going to cut off her legs, so and be so cavalier about it? For her little sticker, or her little inspirational saying, I just cut off the note part of a notepad, a Ray Dunn notepad that I got over the weekend, because I really like that font. Oh my gosh, I love that font. So I thought it was perfect with the theme of the tag. Again, I'm going to go around it with some distressed ink and brush corduroy. And here I think you can really see how it really comes out that goldeny, creamy corduroy color on the ends. So this tag, when I was trying to add some inspirational words to it, already had the word journal on it from when I had previously made it. And I tried to actually pull that off, but as you guys have clearly seen the amount of glue I typically use, that is not it wasn't coming off. So I was like, adapt and overcome. So I pulled out my little letter block alphabetical stamps and decided that I was just going to stamp words literally onto the tag. It's something that I say quite a bit when I get stumbled or something, I'll be like, words, words, words. As you can see, they are not straight. That was not intentional. After the first one, I realized, oh, that's going on crooked, so I'm just going to go with it. And they're all crooked. And I really liked how that turned out. For this last one with Myrtle, Ethel, maybe Myrtle's her middle name, I don't know. The big M-E, I'm just going to add some washi tape down to the bottom. Oh my God, I missed a spot. How is that even possible? How did I miss a spot with the amount of glue I put on? Wow. Wow. I am just inking the edges of that little Tim Holtz, I think it's Chit Chat book. I can't remember. I don't know names. And I'm just going to glue that down with the word inspire, because I really hope that this project inspired you guys to use up some prints that you wouldn't otherwise enjoy. Great. Thanks. See you next time.